morning. We are through a correction. Last week I explained about what happens when there's a low volume and Nifty was trying to trade above 8650 without volume. That was the last week. What happened during the Monday, Tuesday, it started faltering, and rightly so. We had one day of a huge volume compared to the earlier volumes, which on last Friday also did not have comparable volume, and still Nifty was drifting low and managed to close 8540, having seen 8520. The question remains, now with this week's clearing coming, আমরা কোনো রকম আপসাইড পাচ্ছি কি পাচ্ছি না, পেলে এক কথা, না পেলে আরেক কথা। পাওয়ার জন্য ভলিউম লাগবে, আবার সেই ভলিউম প্রবলেম। সুতরাং ফলটাতেও ভলিউম নেই বলে কতটা জোরদার ফল হবে ভাও এমনি এমনি পচে যেতে পারে, এমনি এমনি there could be sell off in terms of bias absent. So within that, I think I would have explained to you a couple of stocks which did pretty well, and I think amongst the future positions which I had spoken about, I did mention about India Bulls Housing Finance, and so did I do something about Z. Now the question is that you follow that, and right now we are talking about the results which are coming here and there. Lupin, for example, has told us that they will not be able to maintain sales growth. I find these days the superior managements, they are coming upfront to say that they will not be able to do as desired by the market. সুতরাং মার্কেট এক্সপেকটেশনটাকে কমিয়ে দিচ্ছে, with the idea, I'm too sure, that they will outperform the market and then take a bahoba from us, saying that see, listen, they have done it. Infosys is to do this very, very often. So I like the management commentary of Infosys. I am discounting the management commentary of Lupin. I think with the acquisition in dermatology, Lupin will grow in sizes. Yes, technically it's a breakdown, and Lupin in future, let's say, since we are discussing Lupin, has closed about 1683. Now Lupin below 1720 is corrective in future, so we could see all the way down to 1620 followed by 1580. These are two possible areas in Lupin future trading. So what typically you do is that in the month, in the week of clearing, আপনারা যদি লিউপিনের 1700 কল পান, যেটা একটু লিকুইড, যদি দেখেন ভালো দাম আছে, আমার মনে হয় বেঁচে রাখলে পর এমনি কলের দাম গলে যাবে, যাকে বলে, it will just melt down, so you can sell this kind of call. Now since they are not liquid, I will not suggest option selling, because you can't cover when you want to cover. The option should be always into liquid things. Remembering liquidity, I think you have huge liquidity in India Bulls real estate. I saw the traction, I saw the movement. শুক্রবারের মুভমেন্টের মধ্যে একটা কোথায় যেন একটা ব্যাপার আছে. Is it short covering or some kind of understanding? I don't know. মনে হচ্ছে এই যাত্রায় 60-61 চলে যাবে, এবং ইন্ডিয়া বুলস রিয়েল এস্টেট মোটামুটি বন্ধ হয়েছিল 5740. I think we could possibly buy a 60 call at about 65 paisa. আমি এটা আমাদের রিভাইজ নতুন শেয়ার বাজার নিউ লুক যে নিউজপেপারটা অলরেডি গতকাল বেরিয়ে গেছে, শনিবার থেকে এখন থেকে নিউজপেপার বেরোচ্ছে, সেখানে আমি দিয়েছি, সেটা একটু ডিটেলসে পড়ে নেবেন। বাট Just for the YouTube visitors who might not be reading my newspaper, I would definitely suggest that we can jolly well try to buy a 60 strike call of India Bulls Real Estate, which is about 65 paisa. So you actually spend about 2,500 rupees. If the momentum happens, and the momentum starts gathering, then you will be able to get a decent amount of money, and one doesn't know how the clearing will end as far as India Bulls Real Estate is concerned. Now that's a bit of bull idea. The other one from Lupin was a bear idea. When coming to bear idea, I think the permanent bear ideas would be always with a Hindalco or a Tisco. এগুলো মানে জাত বেয়ার স্টক হয়ে গেছে। এখন ধরুন ক্লিয়ারিং এর দিন কোনো কারণে টিস্কোর কলের কথা বলছি, 270 কল, ইউ আর গেটিং এট 1 রুপি, ওকে, তো 1 টাকা তো 1 টাকাই তো পুরো পচে যাবে, বিকজ I don't see how Tisco will be going up. Now suppose you get Tisco going up, let's say it's about 267 or something like that, or 265. ধরুন সোম থেকে বৃহস্পতিবারের মধ্যে ওটা বাড়লো, it goes up, you will get some call value. Try to sell that call and you will find that naturally you will get to cover it at 10 paisa or 5 paisa at the day of the end of the day of the clearing. So this is a week to play the calls by selling it, and I don't see that there are very many opportunities of buying a call apart from an idea which I give you regarding India Bulls Real Estate. What is happening with the results? You have an Axis Bank, pretty decent number, pretty decent NPA management, but then you have a Jaiprakash problem for which ICICI Bank is a sell. So ICICI Bank, if you are selling, you can buy a Axis Bank and hedge your position, and you can continue to see how the clearing shapes up. Now as long as ICICI Bank is going to be down, the Bank Nifty is going to be down, very simple as that, because it has a high weightage, and other banks have not the power to really pick up the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty ta at a sell on rise hoye jacche, typically 18,900-950 কে স্টপ করে বারে বারে বেচা যায়, বারে বারে ইন্ট্রাডে পাওয়া যাবে, কোনো চিন্তা ব্যাপারই নেই। আমরা আসলে ভুলে যাই যে when the markets are falling, there is so much of opportunity to buy. Now the question is, if you have a bull mind, how do you really tackle a falling market? You have to play bear, you have to do hedge, you have to buy put options. Like now, let's say between Thursday and Friday, the call options of 5650, which was about 70 rupees on Thursday, 8650 call option, I sold at 70, so there was, that price was there. I actually did a buy earlier on Wednesday, which I sold on Thursday or maybe Wednesday, I don't remember. Anyway, I saw the price of 70, and Friday when the Nifty tanked, সেই একই কলের দাম 13 টাকা। এখন প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে, আপনি যখন জানেন যে 8600 ভাঙছে, obviously those are calls which everyone would make, including myself in WhatsApp and others, so you can buy those puts. মানে আপনি যদি ডিডে ট্রেড করেন, আপনি অলওয়েজ এই পুটস গুলো কিনতে পারেন, বিকজ ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ টু আনসার টু সামওয়ান, বাট সাম পারসন মাইট নট বি ইন্টারেস্টেড অ্যাবাউট বাইং দ্যাট পুটস. So he might be playing with, let's say, SKS Micro or maybe Maruti, which are bull stocks anyway. So what are bull stocks and what are bear stocks and which have to be played, I have detailed in my newspaper, the revised edition, and that's in English, and whoever is watching could access the e-share bazaar e-version at a very small price. Because I might forget in YouTube to say something like what I was saying, that SKS Micro, after the results, market has liked it, it has become a bull stock, but there's a kind of a resistance currently at 570 to 75. and there's some kind of a support between 552 and 55, followed by some kind of support at 540, 45, but the real support is 520-225. অর্থাৎ 525 টাকা 20 টাকা 25 টাকা লেভেলের ভালো সাপোর্ট আছে. Now this should be part of your bull portfolio in futures. You can hedge it by selling something else, because there are stocks which need not be bought for reasons. If their prices goes up, it's beautiful to sell. So you can make very combination hedges. But before I take up further on markets this week, there are some questions which let me take it up. One is, kindly tell me about Orijit Datto, about KPIT Technology and Rolta India. KPIT has better visibility, whereas Rolta has product visibility. So Rolta management has less visibility, KPIT management has got better visibility. Stock market tends to remunerate managerial abilities. So to that extent, Rolta may not be a buy. To that extent, KPIT is a buy. But I would, if at all I am going into software, I am definitely going to buy KPIT on dips. As a matter of fact, I have bought for my NRI clients at about 102 rupees KPIT, and I want to see it in about a year how it performs. But my intentions and interest will be more in Vakranji software, and that's about 265 zone. Should it correct about 245, 46, very good to buy. Otherwise, can be bought on dips. Rolta, the managerial part is something which is still a bit of cloud, so I think Rolta we will avoid. Technically, even RS software has come as a buy, and I don't know about this company, because the things I know about the company will not allow me to buy this stock, though it's a brilliant buy above 198, and should you like to buy, keep a stop of 192 and you can play. I'm not looking at that stock. Shupratin Basu, kindly make নিয়ে ইউটিউবে একটু ডিসকাস করবেন, কবে নাগাদ রিলিস্টিক হতে পারে? কেউ জানে না, ম্যানেজমেন্ট কিছু বলছে না যে কবে নাগাদ মেক রিলিস্টিক হবে। তো অনেকদিন হয়ে গেল, এতদিন হওয়া উচিত ছিল না, বাট আমি ঠিক জানি না। আমরা টিমেলও পাঠিয়েছি কোম্পানিকে, নো আনসার্স হ্যাভ বিন গিভেন, সো we'll have to wait with the market when they were going to release it. Then there's a question from Gautam Palchodhuri. If someone has some non-performing stocks like NTPC, PFC, RDC and wants to sell and buy some other stock, which one between Reliance and Kotak Bank after bonus or Sun Pharma should be selected, which can be give substantial return? First of all, NTPC, PFC, RDC should be sold. The money, after absorbing the loss, whatever it is, I would go for buying Sun Pharma, but the waiting would be as long as 2 years. But I would like to go for Kotak Bank for very simple reason: you can trade and you can take out 15-20 rupees every week, more or less. You can sell on the higher levels, you can always buy at the lower levels. So that should be the outlook. What is your outlook on Mindtree, Bharat Forge, Motherson Sumi? Is it time to buy these quality stocks, or there will be substantial downturn? Bharat Forge, it's a trading idea. Bharat Forge on Friday at closed. আমি ফিউচারে কথা বলছি, সামনেই তো থাকে, কোথায় যায়? 1105 ফিউচারে বেসিক্যালি 1130 থেকে 1140 একটা বড় রেজিস্ট্যান্স বাই ক্লোজিং। আর নিচে 1080 থেকে 1085 একটা ভালো সাপোর্ট, আরও ভালো সাপোর্ট 1060, 1065। সো ট্রেড করতে হবে রেঞ্জে। মেক ইন ইন্ডিয়া আছে, ডিফেন্স আছে, ইউরোপে এক্সপোর্টসটা ম্যানেজমেন্ট নিজে বলেছে যে কম হবে, তার জন্য ডিপ্রেসড হয়ে আছে। ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার, দুদিন পরে ইউরোপ ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, তখন আবার ঠিক হয়ে যাবে। দুদিন আগে কি আমার জিজ্ঞেস করছিল এনবিসিসি ওদের খারাপ হয়ে গেল, খুব কিছু খারাপ খবর আছে? খারাপ হয়ে গেছে মানে কি, ব্যাপারটা কি? 300 টাকার এনবিসিসি কিছু একটা হয়ে গিয়ে 900 টাকা হয়েছে, তো ব্যাপারটা তো 300 থেকে 900ই খারাপ হয়ে গেল। এখন দেখছি হিস্টোরিক হাইয়ের ওপর, তাহলে সে লোকটা বলবে ভালো হয়ে গেল। তো দাম পড়লে খারাপ, দাম বাড়লে ভাড়া। যেমন সানফার্মার দাম পড়ে গেছে, খারাপ, সেই সানফার্মারটা আবার বেড়ে যাবে যখন, তখন ভালো। তো এরকম করলে তো ব্যাপারটা হবে না। অ্যাকচুয়ালি এই 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 সময় the way the market is behaving, it's behaving in conjunction with fund behavior. So even individual people who are playing the stock market will not survive unless they go by a fund oriented management system. I have started doing it for a couple of my clients, and beautiful results, no tension, and it's a basket concept. It depends on how you create the basket. You have to weigh the basket in terms of what is the percentage return it is generating over what time frame and all that. I have developed a so-called semi-software for this and applied for not my new clients more than the older clients, and I'll ship this to my older clients also. So that's a technology which is going to give you returns, and I am too sure these returns are in excess of 10% to 12% every month, and that's happening anyway in front of my eyes. But at the same time, I have to tell you about future, I have to tell you about call, I have to tell you about put. So when you are getting into futures and puts and calls, well, these things are not going to work out. Anyway, coming back to this question of Motherson Sumi and Bharat Ford, yes, trade in the range. You have to be a trader, you have to buy low, sell high, no issue. Motherson Sumi, after the bonus, I think I'm just coming back to you. মির্জা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এই যে মুভমেন্টটা করছে, আমরা কিন্তু ইন্ট্রাডে বাই দিতে পারি। আর্লিয়ার যারা ডেলিভারিতে বাই আছে, হোল্ড করো, আমার টার্গেটটাকে জন্য ওয়েট করো, 216 টাকায় এক্সাইটেড হবো না, ইন্ট্রাডে বাই এক্ষুনি বাই করো, স্টপ 212।
দেখে মনে হচ্ছে মির্জা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এই যে মুভমেন্টটা করছে, আমরা কিন্তু ইন্ট্রাডে বাই দিতে পারি। আর্লিয়ার যারা ডেলিভারিতে বাই আছে, হোল্ড করো, আমার টার্গেটটাকে জন্য ওয়েট করো, 216 টাকায় এক্সাইটেড হবো না, ইন্ট্রাডে বাই এক্ষুনি বাই করো, স্টপ 212।
এই যে কায়দাটা দেখলেন, এটাই হচ্ছে আমার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপের স্টাইল। বাংলা বলি, হিন্দিতেও বলি, ইংলিশও বলি। আপনি সঙ্গে সঙ্গে পেয়ে গেলেন, সঙ্গে সঙ্গে ট্রেডটাকে রিয়াক্ট করতে পারবেন। একটা গাইডলাইন ফ্যাক্টর হয়ে গেল, সবসময় খেয়াল রাখে না বাজারে কোনটা কী হচ্ছে না হচ্ছে। তো এটা কী হয়, খুব কুইক প্রফিট বুকিং হয়, ভালো ইন্ট্রাডে হয়। ট্রাই করুন, সৌরভকে ফোন করুন, সৌরভকে বলুন যে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ চালু করে দিতে। Motherson Sumi after the bonus, একটু কারেকশন হলে পর we will buy. Kaveri Seeds has the problem of government of Maharashtra having reduced the BT cotton prices, so they would be having some jar from the sales point of view, and that's why Kaveri Seeds is depressed. I think it's about 750, 770, that zone. I have bought recently at 730. I would like to buy if it comes to 650. তারপর দাম টাম সব ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, কি প্রবলেমটা কিছু নেই। So coming back to this week's this thing that I think there are more selling options strategies during the week. Market is going to look at the MAT report submitted in details. I don't know when the government is going to give us an idea. And Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday doesn't matter. Nifty opore giye khub ekta dar hote parbe na. Keno with this Nifty definitely is trying to look at lower levels. If there are volumes, it will be faster. If there aren't any volumes, it will be slow poisoning. So the calls are going to get evaporated before the clearing. So I'll definitely try to buy, sell a 8,600 call. I would like to sell a Bank Nifty 18,900 call, things like that. But obviously there has to be some stops and all that. Selling call is take it. So what will happen is typically I'll buy the future once I see a momentum. So play them with the future, keep the call for positional making money. Now that's a tricky situation, not very many people can do it. Amra Tata Elxsi result dekhechi and I think it's one of the finest results one has seen. So that happens when you track a business, when you follow a business, when you try to understand a business. This is precisely what happens, and there could have been some waiting time for Tata Elxsi, but the results are too good. In fact, I bought for one client at a price, and I don't remember that price. So while I was checking up this portfolio, I find that it's about 150 rupees lower than where I bought. And today, and then that must be about 3 months of waiting period. Today when I sold, then I was asking, কত বেশি টাকা দিয়ে বেচলাম, কত উঁচুতে বেচলাম? So the answer was 150 টাকা উপরে বেচলাম. So this typically happens. So I'm waiting for a fall in Tata Elxsi. I want to get into PVR, let it fall a bit. I want to get into EROS, let it fall a bit. And then wait with the media kind of a basket where Z will also feature and maybe 10 networks will also feature. So it's a basket concept of buying portfolios at various points of time. Road construction portfolio, which I had earlier told you, included a lot of shares like BEML, KNR Constructions, PNC Infra, Jaikumar Infra, Sudhil High Tech. Sudhil High Tech from there is now buy freeze at 323. You have seen the movement of BEML, you have seen the movement of KNR Construction, you have seen the movement of PNC Infra. So that basket is doing well. Should it correct again, that basket? I just exited from that thing because in 13 days it was giving about 11% return. So it made sense to. And the worst part is that I sold Sudhil High Tech also at the same price and where I bought because I was selling the basket. Had it been I had held back Sudhil High Tech, that return would have been 21% in 17 days. So that's the concept, as I say, that you have to buy akin to the fund management style. Should you guys be interested, please call up Souro and put up some 5-10 lakhs of rupees. I'll handle it the same way. You can also have a discussion with me, no problem. And I will settle the concepts well. But ওই ফিজ দিয়ে হবে না, মানে আমার এখানে টাকা লাগাতে হবে না, আমার একটু ব্রোকারেজ না রোজগার হলে তো আমার কোনো ইন্টারেস্ট নেই এসব করার। Anyway, there are a lot of new stocks coming up in my mind. I'm trying to have a seminar in September early, and we will dabble with that in details. And I've got certain ICRA reports this time to back up certain basic fundamental stories happening in India. There's no point in looking at the micro land bill or the GST and all that. Those are temporary hiccups in the market which tends to what do you call it, একটু মাঝখানে নড়িয়ে দিয়ে যায়। তো টেকনিক্যাল চার্টস তো নড়িয়ে দেওয়ার ব্যাপারটা জানায় আগে থেকে। আপনাদের আমি যেমন লাস্ট উইকে নিফটি ব্যাপারে বলেছিলাম, আমার ইনফ্যাক্ট টুডে ওয়ার্কশপের ক্লাসে সব স্টুডেন্টদের বোঝানো হয়েছিল যে হাউ দিস নিফটি ইজ গোইং টু বি wobbly, and that exactly happened. So the question is of more workshops, more refinement of ideas and education and knowledge. I'll be doing as requested in the feedback summary report that I will do topic-wise specific workshops in future. I should do one maybe 20th, 21st of August, or maybe September 15th types, I don't know, I'll have to design the thing. There are a lot of things to discuss, that's why I'm calling the seminar, a lot of things to discuss. Reliance, results came. I think the market is more interested about Reliance Jio's activities going forward. So the results might not have major effects. Mahindra financial results have come bad, and in that bad results I like to buy, should it dip a bit, to niche asho. পেট্রোকেমের মার্জিনটা রিলায়েন্সে বেড়েছে, ওইটাই একটা দেখার বিষয়। বাট আমার মনে হয় রিলায়েন্স জিওটা বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, এক্স্যাক্টলি কী করলো, কতটা গুবলেট করবে আর কতটা ভালো করবে তার উপর নির্ভর করছে। এইবার ভাবছি যে ম্যাকডালটাকে আফটার দ্য রেজাল্টস খুব ইমপ্রেসিভ ব্যাপার। So I was referring on McDowell. I think the results pretty okay. Important part is cost reduction, and that is where foreign management is in play. So McDowell, being highly valued, will have positive rub-off effects whenever it falls. So this becomes a bit of delivery buy. At times when you find that the market is correcting and McDowell is available, good levels would be 3550 to 3600 to enter. Maybe after that it might still fall a bit, doesn't matter. But I think the re-rating of the valuation of McDowell is going to happen sooner than later. So here you have a very high momentum stock to play, which obviously gives you quite a bit of weekly returns, as and when there are occasions to book profits, you should book profits. But I think McDowell is another idea to play with. So while Tata Elx is an idea, PVR is an idea, Inox is an idea, McDowell is an idea, I'm giving you a lot of ideas, and Tata Chemical is another idea. It should be correct. It should be correct. But that correction has to be bought into at some point of time. It's the story of the fertilizer unit getting sold at 7,000-8,000 crores. I don't know where would they get the buyer from, but assuming that they get the buyer, then that will be a very lean and thin company and a lot of cash for the shareholders. So keep an eye on Tata Chemicals. As I say, it is going to be corrective. Entry level maybe about 480-85 levels would be a good entry level during this correction week. So there possibly you could be buying some call and trade with that, but it's a good buy. India Bulls Housing Finance has done quite a bit and is likely to do further more. But there will be retracements. We will buy the retracements. But it's a very difficult thing to trade. I think much more easier to trade would be Maruti futures. People who are trading in futures. Maruti by valuations, by the market share, close to the festive season should trade somewhere around 4,500. We are at 4,250. Maybe we'll get 4,200 or 4,150, 60, something like that. Or including correction, we don't know. On a clearing week, how does it happen? So we will buy into that. We'll definitely buy into that. It's a good market basically, and I think we are, there's some Facebook something which happens every day. I don't know what is that. মানে যারা ফেসবুকে আছে তারা কিছু একটা টিপস পেয়ে যাওয়ার কাছ থেকে, সৌর কৃষক করিডর। তা আমার কাজটা হচ্ছে বলে দেওয়া, সে বলে দেওয়ার মধ্যে আমার একটা ছিল যে একটু নজর রাখতে হবে মির্জা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল। আমি আগেই স্টকটা রেকমেন্ড করেছি উইথ দ্য টার্গেট প্রাইস অফ 225, বাট সেটা হয়ে গেছে এখন। তো ওটা আমার এই উইকে ছিল, এই মান্থে ছিল, মান্থের
হাউজিং ফাইন্যান্স ছিল আমাদের।
হ্যাঁ
ইন্ডিয়া
বুলস হাউজিং ফাইন্যান্স ছিল, যাই হোক যা যা ছিল ও তো আমার খেয়াল থাকে না। পরের বার থেকে আমাকে নোট করে দিই, তাহলে ওটার আপডেটটা আমি ঠিক করে দিতে পারবো। যাকে I spoke about certain ways of trading stocks. If you have 5 lakhs plus balance in your fund or your stocks or other things, I can design that for you. And that's the only way to exist for the next 2 years. Anyway, these things will be discussed in the seminar also, so wait for the seminar to happen. Thank you for watching the show this time.